Hi, Dave.
Hello, hello, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
One thing I actually didn't do, that I said I was going to do, was to start working on my blog again. But what I have done is to set up the IFTTT so I can post away now.
Excellent.
Not worry about linking and things like that. So it'd be rather good.
I'm just about to go live on blogging as well, so basically just call on your advice on that one.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Terrific, thank you very much. Apologies about the delay in getting the link over. I had posted it in a bins message and not everybody else's, so
Oh,
sorry.
no
Well,
problem.
wasn't very clever. You don't have to be clever to be a network marketer. It's really cool. So, have you had a good week?
Yeah. Actually, I did. Although I'm running a little bit behind in the AMA,
Okay.
I still got stuck on. I think it's number 8 or something, or 9. No, 9, I think.
Right.
Because I've been building on the funnel and the lead magnet, and well, the problem is if you want to do everything 100%, it takes far too much time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes I just have to settle for something less than 100% because nobody notices the things I do in 1 week to make it perfect.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Well, ultimately, it's what do they say? You've got when you're out and about there, your 1% knowledge more than everybody else makes you an expert. But perfectionitis is a terrible disease as well.
Yes,
Oh
it
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
I'm very bad at that.
You know about that, Barry?
Oh yeah. Too many times I've tried to do video after video after video and mess it up in part. Stuff it, I don't bother anymore. Just do it.
Yeah.
And if I just mess up, I laugh it off. Just gone. Or
I
if
think
it's like with the course, I just redo part of it, and then cut out the bad bit and stick the other bit in.
Yeah.
Or just start again and cut the bad bit out. Whichever way, it's
Yeah.
well, listen. In the end of the day, it's just the key thing that you've actually done there is you've just got it up and running, which is brilliant. And have you had any further thoughts about what you're going to do with it?
Well, since I sent it off to Leslie Federici, and she's reviewed it as well. Got some useful things from her. She's going to actually push it through PAC, Power Affiliate Club, and promote it through that. But I think I'm going to do a short form of the course and stick it on Udemy. So it's a shorter form of the course, so that then there's an opportunity for somebody maybe to come from there to sort of upsell it and upgrade it, as it were. But it's going to be a way of sort of generating a little bit of income to push that forward. But of course, I got to get into sorting these plugins I've got, so that because I got a membership plugin, I've got one that actually sets up an affiliate program for myself, so I can set the affiliate program up myself without having to worry about anybody else. But of course, the can of worms that can open with all support tickets and all and everything else you may need to do for it. But there is one thing about this: there's all you really need with this is a Facebook group and answer questions.
Okay.
And just do things. So I mean, it's not such a question of having like software or something like that where something goes wrong and you have to get it fixed, or stuff like that. So which is pretty good.
Okay.
But,
Is it a plugin, Barry?
Pardon?
Did you say that it's a plugin if
I
you
got
want to create?
Yeah, I got access to some plugins. One that will create a membership site, one that will create a whole affiliate program.
Oh, really?
Or,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
It does a whole thing all on WordPress. So I've got to get in and look at those. But of course, I've been setting up this IFTTT the last couple of days because I have to do that for a client. So I thought if I do it for myself, then I've got all the things not just set up for me, but it means that I tried and tested it myself before I have to put it on the client site, so that I know it works and I don't get any trouble. So what I found handy at the moment is I found a couple of videos on doing the IFTTT. So what I'm going to do as an added bonus, because it is specifically you can use it more on local SEO as well. And it's quite an easy thing to do. It means that people can go and set it up once and they don't have to worry about it. Is do like a bonus module on IFTTT. So that's something else that I've now got to do. But it means that once I've set this up, I can just do the videos on it, and that'll be that. So
Okay.
If I do a bonus module for those who buy the full course, then it'll be something there for that. So.
And who's your marketplace that you're aiming at anyway?
Basically, anyone who's got a business really, because most businesses will start off on a local scale. I mean, if you're a network marketer, why don't you target your local people? When you've got a website to start off with local, because it's a lot easier to rank on local. It will start to build up that authority that you want, and then when you do crank it up, Google sees that your site already has some authority, or any search engine will see you already have some authority. So it makes sense to push the local as much as anything else. So in my head anyway, and I can't see a problem with it, because is it not a good idea to work with people from the local area who may not have the web the inclination to go online, and at least then you can still do the training with them and all that sort of stuff because you're close to them.
Yeah.
You can have meetings and things like that. So that's why I thought of it that way. But I mean, and I know there are people who pick up leads from localities from all over the place. And the guy that used to be on Utility Warehouse that I was working with for a while, he doesn't work online. He just couldn't do it. He's a retired school teacher, and he didn't have the inclination to do it. Although he can use email, and he can find the things he wants to find. He'd always do it by talking to people and doing it the old-fashioned. Well, I say old-fashioned way because the methods still work. It's just a question of what you do and whether they keep the secrets to themselves, which I don't believe is right. I think if you're going to have something, you should share it. Yeah. Regardless of whether it's online, whether it's offline. If you have secrets and you want your business team to grow, you don't keep them to yourself, because you keep them to yourself, no one else has a chance to grow with you, and then the people quit. And that's what I think is so wrong about it. Too many people kept too many secrets because they were too damn selfish in my mind. They want you to do well so that they did well, but if you asked them the secrets, they wouldn't tell you.
I've just finished a really interesting book. It's called The Go Giver.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb, and it really is all about generosity in business and helping other people without even contemplating any thought for yourself. Yeah. And it was written by Bob Berg, who wrote Endless Referrals, and by John David Mann. Just superb. And
what's it called?
It's called The Go Giver. Really short. It's about £8 from Amazon or whatever. But it is so accentuates exactly what you've said there, Barry. It's all about giving first and not even looking. In fact, there's a phrase in it that said, if you're looking for a win-win, then you're looking for a result. And you shouldn't look for a result. You should only look to offer help.
Yeah.
Because referrals come on the back of the emotion. If you give to other people without even looking, they're going to tell other people anyway.
Of course. Yeah,
so,
that's exactly right. And if you've got the things to help them, and that's what I like about Gavin, because there's one thing he will say, and whether he's picked it up completely himself, because Jay Roberts was another one. He turned around, and if they don't believe it's right for you, they'll say no. And they're completely honest and say, no, you're not right for this, and they refuse you.
Yep.
And then someone else might take you on, but they'll take you on not thinking of you, but thinking of the money that you're going to spend, and they don't really care less whether you've got the money for the next month or not.
Yeah.
But they'll turn around and say, no, this is not right for you. You're not in the right position to do that now.
Which is going to last longer.
Well, that's it. That is the way that it's going to last long, because you're actually being honest with somebody, and you're giving them proper advice rather than say, yeah, go on, just because you want the commission, you want the money, And then when those people don't help you, because invariably they don't, because they're off chasing after the next person to give them to spend the money, rather than sit back helping you so that they can earn more and sit down and let money come to them, because they're giving. When they give, they get back, and
it's true. Most gurus are like that.
Yeah.
At least in my experience.
Yeah.
The gurus who are under the radar gurus, who have a following which is intensely loyal, tend not to be like that, because they actually are they don't have to shout, and they don't have to promote, and they don't have to do everything, and it's just a brilliant thing to actually watch. So, and Frank, what about yourself? What's been up with you this week?
I've been working on some products, some lead magnets. I started making one, and now I'm already up to number 3. just ebooks that will help people get, on one hand, through basics. I got another one that's more a dictionary, and I'm working on a traffic one, because I intend to promote various products, and I think the lead magnet should be somewhere at least in the direction of what I'm offering.
Mm-hmm.
And from one step you get to the next step, and before you know, you're making a lot of products, which, that's what I said in the beginning. I shouldn't be too much trying to get it all perfect, but just at a certain point say, okay, this is it, this will have to do. And so now I said to myself, okay, this week I need to finish up and have the products ready and the site ready, and then I can start promoting, because you postpone all these things all the time. At least that's what I see with myself. And then it's often it's almost perfect, and then you see something else and you start working on something else again, which is killing, of course.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, this time I'm not going to do it like that, but just finish up this. And I intend to finish it this week, and I think I can, because also schedule some time for it as well.
Okay. Right. Okay. Very good. Well,
and you, Dave?
Yeah. I've had a very interesting week, in that I've had my wife is on holiday currently, and she is decluttering our house. And part of that process was decluttering my office. So if you look here, this is the first. That is my desk.
Okay, it's clean.
It is. It's outrageous.
Paperless desk.
It is a paperless desk for the first time in a long time. So no, for me, I've been dabbling with a couple of things and really just trying to get a few things sorted. But like yourself, just got a bit waylaid. I'm looking for myself from a broader perspective and not just network marketing. I've got a couple of domain names, for example. I'll ask you guys. One is LinkedIn for sales, and one is LinkedIn for profit. And I use LinkedIn a reasonable amount, and I was helping a friend of mine in Canada today, just actually giving her some free advice, and but she wants to use it for network marketing, as in pitching people. So I was trying to educate her not to do that.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn for sales, LinkedIn in the title, Barry. Obviously, LinkedIn is a trade name. But LinkedIn for sales, if you took something like that and put up really good quality, could you just start a blog with that, or is that just going to get shut down like overnight?
To be honest with you, that actually looks to me, or feels to me, like a sort of product site, like an affiliate site, you know, where you've got affiliate product or something like that. But you could have it as a blog, but it would have to be around LinkedIn. It couldn't be around anything else, really.
No. But as what am I trying to say?
But then,
as a research site.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But what you'd have to be careful of is what you do for linking. All you have to do to link to your blog is just use the URL. Wouldn't have to do anything else. Because LinkedIn is the brand, and you're going to be giving more juice to their brand. The only thing is, you might be worthwhile, if you're going to use it, is to go to LinkedIn and say, look, do they have any terms and conditions that would mean you'd have to cover, because you have it in the domain name. They may object to it. I don't think they would somehow, because it's but it might be worthwhile asking the question for those.
Well, technically, I think in terms of T's and C's, there's always going to be T's and C's, but I think they are there primarily for people who don't offer value. I mean, if you're building the LinkedIn brand, I could be wrong, but if you're building the LinkedIn brand and just the value that they've actually got, I think that's
the point on term. As long as you've got the quality, you would be assisting the LinkedIn brand with the name, name and the domain. You wouldn't be able to brand yourself unless you brand yourself as a LinkedIn expert. In which case, but it might well be worthwhile, just in case you get slapped. You may get slapped, and if LinkedIn come after you, then who owns LinkedIn? No.
Yeah. So
it might be just worthwhile to say, well, I have this domain name. I intend to do this with it. Are there any objections? And if they turn around and say, well, no, we would rather you not do that because of so and so, but because they would probably appreciate you asking them rather than just going ahead. That's the only thing. If there's anything to be cautious about, sometimes I can be overcautious, but I don't think there is such a thing as overcautious, because I actually had a site 10 years ago which was starting to do quite well, and because it was named the same as another site, except it had a different thing on the end, it was instead of like .com, it was I think it was a .net or something, or .biz or something. Instead of coming to they requested, because the site was actually not. It had the name of the site, although it wasn't in the URL. It was slightly different, and which made it different to the other guy's site. It was based on a similar theme, but it was not offering the same sort of thing as he was in that sense. But he still come to me and he said, look, I trademarked the name. Would you mind, if you don't, I will take it to the law. And I said, well, no. I said, let's not do that. There's no point in that. I said, they just won't renew it, and I'll take it down, which I did, which was a shame, really, because it was beginning to pull up. But I think you could see that because it was moving, and it was getting rankings and moving its way up. He saw it, and I think it must have outranked him on one or two occasions, and he thought, well, no, I can't be having that.
Yeah.
He thought I was stealing his stuff, which, to all intents and purposes, it might well have been.
Right.
But rather than rather than just go ahead and do it and then get slapped, which would lose you everything. It might well be worthwhile saying, oh, look, I've got these 2 domain names. Do you have any objection with me using these in this particular way? Give them your ideas, and if they turn around and say, well, no, we'd rather you not use that, you know, because it's a social network or social, you know, that's, it might well be, they may say, yes, you can do that, but we want you to do it this particular way, you know, so that way then you know exactly where you stand. And if they turn around and outright say no, then because they will already know that people want to use LinkedIn for sales and want to, as long as it doesn't affect them, I don't think there will be any objection. It's just, you know, they don't want people spamming and doing things that's happened on Facebook and things like that. Although Facebook clamped down on it, made changes.
It's LinkedIn. Is it American or?
LinkedIn, yeah, it's a huge. It's massive.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
It's a US.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody owns LinkedIn now. Somebody bought them, didn't they?
Oh well, it's just enormous, and the shares are enormous as well. So, but listen, in the end of the day, what might happen is you just set up a YouTube channel and just create lots of premium videos, and then direct them all to a capture page with LinkedIn for sales, and then just do it that way.
That's probably the best way.
Under the radar, rather than
yeah,
just whatever. So just do Okay, listen, that's very useful. Thank you very much. I will crack on with that. So video marketing is where I want to take it anyway. So
IFTTT will be really, really good for that, Dave. If this then that, especially because you can start to get backlinks back to it, and then when they come, you're getting automatic links back to your YouTube channel, which is sending that link out, so it's getting more juice to that particular page. Which is
explain that. Explain that. Sorry, say that again in English or Scottish.
If you take YouTube as one of the highest authority sites in the world, especially, well, it's third behind, as a website, it's third behind Google and Facebook.
Yep.
But it's owned by Google, as you know. The thing you can do with it, you can, if you utilize this IFTTT, if this then that, there's a specific thing you can do within IFTTT for YouTube, where you can do it from RSS feeds for your website. You can also do it directly from YouTube. So what happens is when you set all the things up, it sends the information from YouTube to Evernote and other high quality places, which then sends a link back, and if you have to do any link building, you link build to the Evernote or to the Blogger or whatever it is. And of course, when you've got Google linking to Google, it gives it so much more. And eventually what will happen, because you've got the link going to your capture page, without you sending any links to your capture page, it's going to get all this juice flowing back to YouTube. It's going to bring up the authority of the page that the video's on, so that will rank better. And then when the page authority on that, you're going to have like a link. So if you manage to get a page authority like of 50 or something like that, which is quite possible if you got this stuff working properly, you get a page authority of 50 along with a domain authority of 99 or 100 going off to your capture page. That's going to give some serious juice to it. And and so that could then start to rank without you even putting any links to it, simply because you've got it going in the right place. And the magic about IFTTT, you could make up 26 or 30 different accounts. I mean, there's one guy said he's got 200 different accounts on IFTTT, so he's got like 200 different sets, but one YouTube channel.
You know what?
And all it's doing is just building masses and masses and masses. It just comes in numbers. He's made the numbers up by doing it like that. You know, it's very time consuming in some aspects. So, you know, if you start to do something, you can outsource it. But it's just the thought of getting the stuff set up. You know, and once it's set up, you just don't touch it. Once you do your video, it's automatic. It just picks it up, sends it off. And it just all automated. Everything's automatic.
Well, we'll have to speak about that again. I need a bit more knowledge on that. So I definitely want to utilize video and everything that goes with it. So anything that you can assist with would be great. So terrific, ideal. Moving forward for me, I mean, this week is just basically I probably put up a capture page and just create some videos for LinkedIn, but also I've got to get just to go through the basics and get the AMA course sorted out as well for the network marketing fraternity. So there's still quite a lot of work to be done there, and the solo ads and everything that, I mean, that's still lying there waiting to be done as well. So
yeah,
but
lots to be done.
You can use this specific strategy with video, and for the AMA stuff as well.
I would love to.
And you know, you don't have to go down the solo ads route if you've got stuff like this set up, because you're just going to have you can have something without organically, and if you've got stuff organically, why pay for solo ads if you can have it organically?
Exactly. Organic is definitely the way. So when people are searching for it, so I was listening intently in a Scottish brain way to what you were saying, but my brain, it was one-way traffic. It was like bouncing off my eyeballs and ears. It was like me speaking Dutch, like difficult.
I know, but so. People get frightened by SEO and this stuff. It's not really that hard if you can think of things in a structure. That's basically all it is a structure. And okay. if you think of it as scary, then it's going to be scary. If you think of it as something that can be done and can be mastered, and you look at it and say yes, and you write it down and you see the sequence, like Gavin does with this thing when you see the sequence of the way the funnel works.
Yep.
Very, very similar.
Okay.
And it's like I said about having spreadsheets, because when you have spreadsheets and you can actually see it in front of you, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, that goes to there, that goes to there. All of a sudden you start to see, it's like if you build a pyramid. You know what I mean? If you take a pyramid, and at the top of the pyramid is what we call the money site. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now the linking is going actually to the money site in a local SEO standpoint comes from the directories. So they're the next level of the pyramid. Then everything else then is built in that sends authority links to the directory linkings and so on. So it's another leg of the pyramid, and another leg. This IFTTT is just a way of getting the social and the social networks and the social media involved without you having to go and post. So if you did a blog post and you wanted to share it, you go onto your website, you put the share buttons and all that on. So you can just make the post, and you then wanted to share it. So you go and you push the button to share it on Twitter, push the button to share it on Google+, you push the button to share it on Facebook and all those, and everywhere else you want to share it. What IFTT does is picks it up from your RSS feed, which is automatically there anyway, grabs the RSS feed and does it all for you. So when you've written your post and you've posted it, you can walk away knowing that in 15 minutes time you're going to have social shares all over the place, and then it'll grab those and send them somewhere else so that they start linking. So that basically it starts to build a structure for you automatically. But it's all on social media and social networks.
Right. Okay.
So it's just it's like a machine building something, you know, and that's basically all you got to think of it as. And if you can think of the logic of how something builds, like you get a robot now that builds a car. You program
Yep.
the computer and the robot puts it all together, and it literally, bump, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. You see it all coming up in front of you. But it's just basically doing the same thing, but it's invisible. It's just doing it in the background.
Well,
If you think of it, that's how scary it is. Once it's programmed, it's done. That's it. That's how scary it is. Nothing, really.
well, learning the alphabet from A to Z and learning the numbers from 1 to 10 when we were younger is
Yeah.
it was something that happened over a period of time. So I would love to learn that, because the easier it becomes to actually share content, then the more valuable it will become. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, the difference between what you'd be doing and what I'm doing with this is probably the fact that I'm going to be doing it for like 50 sites or 60 sites rather than just one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is why I want to get the first one right. Once I've got the first one right, it's literally copy it and just do the same thing. You know.
Okay.
It's just the way it's set up, and that's it. Once it's done, once it's done.
Okay.
Just copy.
Well, listen, I'll maybe come back to you just in the next couple of days once I get my head sorted out, and have a chat with you about it, because it's something which is going to be very, very valuable in taking it forward. Did that make sense to you, Frank?
Yeah. It's. I'm also a bit struggling with that, especially looking at the funnel. But what Barry said is correct. If you just make a drawing of it and name everything, and then it makes it all much more visible also for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can say, okay, I just need to get this to that capture page and then to the autoresponder, and it's all easy. But what I've noticed is that if you're not doing it for a month, then you have to get into it again. And so what I'm doing now, I've got this Pro Styler theme, which is you can do anything with it, but it's rather complex if you have to start from scratch. So what I'm doing now is every day I at least work on it for 15 minutes. That's the least time, just to keep on running with it, because otherwise I have to start learning all again from not from scratch, but I've noticed that it takes more time if you take a break that is too big. So that's what I got into the habit of doing, little things every day now, apart from the big things I want to do, but then at least I get this kind of a flow for myself.
And every little thing you do, Frank, leads to a big thing anyway.
Yeah, that's true, Barry.
It does, because you can keep on saying, well, I want to do the big thing. If you don't do the little things to make up, it doesn't matter what job you do. And you mean, if you consider when I was an electrician, I've done lots of work, and I've done lots of electrical testing, and I've done small railway stations, I've done somebody's house, I've done railway stations. But if you consider that every distribution board, where you get your supply from in a house, and when you take that and you take it onto a scale of a railway station, which may have like 6 or 7 platforms maybe, and all these trains coming in and everything else, if you just take one part and then you multiply that by however many, that's what you do, and it's literally a sequence. This. It's like putting a jigsaw together.
Yeah,
and that's
that's true.
What you're doing. And once you put the pieces of the jigsaw, you can take it off. It's there. Yes, that's done. And then when you review it, or you feel as though you want to improve it, but at least what you've done, you've got it done, and it's there, ready to go out. You can then you can sort of give yourself a little bit of time to review it and maybe brush it up and make it a little bit better. But what you have done is got it done.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
Very good. Well, listen, guys, have you got any other questions that we can cover this evening, or?
Just one question: where are the others?
Well, Cynthia's friend Abin is not very well, unfortunately.
Okay.
He's just been he's got no energy just due to his health condition. And we've got our friend Chrissy, who just Tuesday night is obviously a bad night for her, so it's just not happening. So just ourselves. So.
And Per Eric, or is he no longer a member of the group?
He's a member of the group, but he has intermittent internet. It comes and goes.
Oh.
He just sometimes cannot commit to. Well, he hasn't been able to commit to be at any of these, which is why I just took over the chairing a bit. So
he's trying to find a solution for it in the end. It is difficult where he is. So.
Okay.
But very valuable this evening. Thank you very much, and thanks for the education, Barry. Even though it was whoosh like my hair disappeared away.
Well, it's like I said. If you look at something and think it's overwhelming, it's going to be. If you look at it and break it down, and start from the very beginning, like you have to do with anything new, and say, right, and then even if you write it down and you put things down and you put it into a structure that you understand. And it's something you've always, if it's a specific structure you've always used, put it into those things, and then when you see it, you start to see it come up in front of you, and it'll all make sense. But anything to do with SEO, websites, everything has a structure.
Yeah.
And if you think, I can read the most complicated circuit diagrams that are going, and work my way through, and I've never seen them before. But that's only because I literally break it down and I say, well, what's this? And I look for whatever it is, and I find it, and then I just follow the lines and I follow where it goes. Everything is the same, but different. But you know what I mean. The principle is the same. It starts from a start point and it ends at an end point, and in between are all the pieces that you fit together. And everything, or every job, no matter whether it's, like I said about doing electrical tests on a house to electrical test on a railway station with 6 platforms, 7 platforms, and massive buildings, hundreds of them. It's all the same thing multiplied. So it is just a multiplication of that one thing. So don't overwhelm yourself, because everything is just sectional. Yeah. And once you build the sections up, all you do then is like the jigsaw, put it all together.
It's another skill set. So let's march on and get it learned. So. But ideal. Gents, listen, do reach out. Let's keep in touch during the week and let us all each know how everyone is getting on.
Okay.
Otherwise, unless there's any more questions, then we'll just catch up next week.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Hey, listen, lovely to see you guys, and thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.
Bye-bye. Same here.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.